Well, we know that some kids are excited to get back into the classroom, while others might be dreading the start of a new school year. So this morning we have brought in licensed counselor Jennifer Wolf to talk about how to best handle this back-to-school transition on this Wellness Wednesday. Jennifer, it is always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. So good to see you as well, Whitney.
Yes. All right. So my first question, we want this to be a safe space. We like to keep it very real here on News 19. Let's talk about the fact that back-to-school anxiety for both students and parents is a normal thing.
Absolutely. Very normal. And normally during the developmental process, like a transition to middle school can be a difficult time for kids. It's difficult to just get back from summer mode into school mode. So I recommend even preparing week, 2 weeks ahead with nighttime routine, bedtime, making sure you're getting adequate sleep, because there's the perception, the better you take care of yourself, but very normal. It's a new environment. It's a new transition for everyone.
Oh, and I'm so glad you talked about that, because it is very normal to feel that way. So I don't want anybody thinking, oh, something is wrong with me, I'm like weird, or no, this is something that a lot of people deal with. So you have to have this conversation. Now, what are some signs that parents should be looking out for when it comes to their kid with anxiety or maybe experiencing emotional distress?
Right. Well, any significant changes that affect their level of functioning, like significant changes in behavior. For example, if you see a child that's pretty extroverted and social and suddenly they're extremely withdrawn and they're showing a lot of fear, and you see changes in sleeping, eating, physical symptoms. We carry our stress in the body, and kids do as well. So if they're chronic, if they're just not the different things you try and you try to get, but they're just not, quote, snapping out of it, I would also suggest know your child. There's some kids, teenagers, what have you, that just do better with transition than others. Innately. So if there's some risk factors, if there's definitely a prior history of anxiety, or it's been an intense, we talked about that, couple of years, and there's so really just tuning in, and I stress this again, checking in regularly with your child, your teenager, and having that relationship without being intrusive, just being very present with them and letting them know you're there.
Yes, that is so important. Check in, and the kids want you to check in, even though they might be like, I don't want, I don't want to talk about it. They actually do want you to check in with them. That's from my experience for mentoring. Now, tell me about what we have right here.
Yes, well, these are some different things that I brought. Kids and teenagers, I've even used these with teenagers. These are yoga pretzels that you can actually, any mindfulness, yoga, parents and kids can do this together. You can get it off Amazon. So all of these are different modes of expression, because kids a lot of times won't really talk about their feelings. You'll say, hey, how are you doing? They're going to say, fine, I'm good. But using puppets, Mr. Magic Unicorn over here, he can make wishes, and all small children. Definitely, these are some books for parents. So the better parents are, the better the child is. This is one that parents and kids can do together. So helping kids manage stress. The most important thing, and parents may be out there saying, well, are you kidding me? I can't do Mr. Unicorn with my teenager. But with teenagers, you can find something. Art, music, poetry, journaling, which is very private. I think being present with teenagers, but what you really want to do is respect their boundaries. Be present at the school, make friends with the teachers, but when kids get into adolescence, don't take it as a rejection. They got their own friends. The number one developmental task becomes, I need to be accepted and belong. So they don't want you, as my son would say way back when, he's now 21, but I don't want you in my grill. Okay, I don't want you in my space.
I don't want you in my grill.
I want you there. But hey,
Absolutely. Well, Jennifer, thank you so much. As always, such good information for our parents out there, grandparents, aunties, uncles who are helping their children navigate when it comes to getting back into school. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you so much.
All right,
Always for having me.
Yes, thank you.